Hey guys, so welcome to another WoW Weekly with Myst. And for this week, there's not too much news, but a bit. And we'll go over the this week's events. And as you can see in the video, I am still doing the B rep. We're really close. I'm gonna have it shortly after creating this video. For the goals, I had set for myself for retail that I wanted to get a +9 mythic den, get more den on the B rep, and get the battlegrounds den. The +9 has not happened yet. It is currently Saturday night recording this, and so I still have time. I did go in, I did a 6. And I have a key. I believe it's a 7, so I could easily get up to that 9. So hopefully we'll get that done. The B rep has been pretty successful. Like I said, I'm gonna have it shortly after this video is done. I'm at Exalted. When you hit Exalted with the Honeyback Harvester, you still have a little bit of rep to do on the little bee that's in the hive that you must get to like mature status. It takes a bit. It's a little bit of grinding, but at this point I have the goggles and it's a lot easier to find the jellies on the ground, so it shouldn't take too long. And I have heard that, because in my B rep video, I had mentioned a quest that you buy. Well, that must be for something else, and I will figure out what that is, and I will put it in my final B mount video. But I found out you don't need that quest. Basically, once you get your Exalted with the Harvester and you get the rest of your rep done on the little bee in the hive, you just get the quest when all that's complete, and then you get the mount. It's a pretty easy process. So yeah, I'm not sure what that quest is, but like I said, I will keep grinding afterwards just to figure it out, just to see what it is, because I am even more curious now, knowing that it isn't even the mount. And on the topic of these goggles, definitely worth the purchase. I was up in the air with them, but they do make it a lot easier. Granted, there will be moments where there's a lot of people with goggles on in the area and you have to like take a different path or maybe even come back at a less busy time. But all in all, it's still easier. You get the stuff faster. And another thing I will say is that a lot of people, after they're done with the mount part, they just keep going there to grind gold. So if you're needing gold for whatever reason, maybe you want to buy a mount, or you want to, instead of paying real cash for your WoW time that month, you want to pay gold, this would be actually a pretty good gold farm. I don't know why people are buying jellies, but they're buying it at like 500 gold a pop on my server anyway. So yeah, and they don't take long to farm. You can get, when you have the goggles, you can get, you know, at least one jelly every 10 seconds or something. Like, it really wouldn't take long to make money. So, you know, that is an option if you're needing some gold on your account there. And the final goal I had for this past week was the battlegrounds. It will get done. I just haven't got into it yet because I am editing today. But tomorrow night I plan on knocking out that battleground weekly. And I guess that's a great place to start the news, because the first bit of news that I have for you guys for this week has to do with battlegrounds. Okay, so the battlegrounds got a nerf this week, and basically what that means is that it's going to take longer for you to get your honor for the achievements and the essences and all that. I did notice an achievement pop up when I logged in the next day after they had done this nerf, which was surprising because I was under the impression that it took longer now. But I guess maybe that doesn't apply to one of the achievements? I don't know. So a lot of people are doing the battlegrounds for their essences, which is the Sphere of Suppression, Artifact of Time, and Blood of the Enemy. It's going to be much more of a grind to get those now. And for those that haven't really started this, just an example of the type of grind this will be. Basically, it's been noted that to even get rank 3 for your essence, you would need roughly 20 hours of battlegrounds done, and that's if you're winning. Longer if you're losing some in between. That's 20 hours of winning battlegrounds. So that's a lot of battlegrounds. That's a huge grind right there. And this change is a piss off to a lot of people because for a lot of Mythic Plus runners, they like to go after the PvP essence because it can be one of the best. And yeah, you know, people are definitely grinding it because it is one of the best essences to have, but definitely gonna be a bit of work now, or a lot of work, because you used to get bonus honor. Okay, on to the next piece of news is BlizzCon. The virtual ticket was released on their site, so you can go over to the Blizzard shop, purchase the virtual ticket for $50. It comes with a bunch of goodies. Right now in game, you can get 2 Murloc pets. One's for Alliance side, one is for the Horde side, and they're pretty cute looking. You can also get a transmog set. It looks adorable. It is the Wendigo set. Basically looks like a Whomper. So you can dress up as Whomper. And I'm sure you've seen people roaming around with those on already. Also available right now, if you play the StarCraft 2 game, there is a portrait. Well, actually, there's 3 portraits that you can get in there. Also, if you play Heroes of the Storm, there is a pretty cool mount you can get from there. A BlizzCon spray and a BlizzCon portrait. The other games, they have rewards, but they're just not available right now. So like Overwatch, you will be able to get a skin for Symmetra and a skin for Genji, I always say his name wrong. And that's for Tehran and Illidan. And in Hearthstone, you'll be able to get a card pack and, well, it's a BlizzCon 2019 card pack and a Mystery Golden Legendary pack, or Legendary card. And Diablo has mentioned wings, but it says TBA, so we don't know what wings they are. Those will come sometime before BlizzCon. So they're not available in-game right now for the Overwatch, Hearthstone, and Diablo, but they will be there before November 1st, I guess. And to be honest, I'm kind of hoping that the reason we don't know what wings are in the Diablo is because maybe, fingers crossed, maybe we have some Diablo news. So, I don't know. Maybe we won't know what those wings are till after BlizzCon. I've never known them to actually not release a goodie till after, but maybe, I don't know. When I see TVA on something, typically it makes me think that it could be a spoil by telling me or telling us what those wings actually are. So a part of me wonders if maybe we won't know what that goodie is until BlizzCon. And that's it for the news for the retail section of WoW Weekly this week. For my goals for this coming up week, it will be to have obtained the B mount. We'll put a +9 back in there just because it's not completed at the moment, so it might not get completed for the week. So for this coming up week, the events will be, Mythics will be the weekly. Dark Moon will still be running. It started on Sunday, and it will run until October 12th. And then there's the Great Gnome Run, which is a one-day event that will also be on October 12th. Okay, and on the topic of the Mythic Weekly, we will be doing that as a guild on Friday night. It'll be done in my stream, which is twitch.tv/mistofdarkness. And you're more than welcome to join us if you're looking for a group to do that with. We'll do all 4, one after another. And our missing roles right now is tanks and heals. So if you're tanks and heals, hit me up, leave a comment in the comment section, and we will we'll get you in our group on Friday. As for goals for this coming up week, the goals will be to do, I would like my druid to get up to a +9 and complete it, preferably in time, because I've done a non-completion on a 10, like where we finished it but didn't beat the time. So what I really want is I want a +9 with the time beat. And then also I want my B mounts, so that will be the second goal. And that's it for my goals for this week in retail. Okay, so I hope you've been having fun in retail. Let me know what your goals are for this coming up week, or what you achieved this past week. And let's move over to the classic section. Okay, so we are in the classic section, and in the video here is my mage. I was leveling with my friend Mark during this video, and yeah, so the mage is doing pretty good. I believe I got the mage at the end of this night of recording this video that you guys see. I got the mage to 12, which is pretty good. It's just a casual character when my friend decides he wants to play the game. And yeah, my only goal for Classic this week was to level the Druid more. I did that. The Druid was at 35, and she's now at 37. And yeah, that's pretty good for me anyway, because I play retail like 90% of the time. So a couple of levels is pretty good. And yeah, not much else to say on that one. Okay, so the only piece of news I really have for Classic is that they have been talking more about Phase 2. So there is no release date for Phase 2 yet, but they do say it's going to be late 2019, and we're sitting in October right now, so I think it's safe to say we'll have Phase 2 within a couple of months. My personal opinion is that it'll get announced at BlizzCon. I don't think we'll hear any more news regarding Phase 2. I think they're going to save all the rest of their news for BlizzCon. So a little info for when Phase 2 does release is there will be a couple of world bosses added in, which will be Azirgos in Ashara and Lord Kazakh, who is in Blasted Lands. So Azirgos is for a quest, Ancient Sinew Wrapped Lamina, and this is a great hunter thing. It's basically a bag that increases your ranged attack speed by 15%. Definitely something hunters would want. Lord Kazakh would be out there for the Eye of Shadow, which is something for priests, and it has to do with the benediction, which is a 2-hand staff that's really good for priests. Another new thing that will come in Phase 2 is Dire Maul, which is it's a 5-man dungeon. It has 3 wings. It's Dire Maul East, Dire Maul West, and Dire Maul North. Pretty big dungeon, hence the 3 separate wings. Dire Maul's a pretty important part of Classic. Warlocks and Paladins go there for their epic mount quest line. And on the topic of these mount quests, I just thought I'd expand in case you want to start preparing for it. You won't be able to do the quest till Phase 2 when Dire Maul opens up. But in the meantime, you could collect the items that you will need. So if you're a Paladin and you're wanting to start working on what will be needed for you to go into Dire Maul and get your quest done, the items to have is you'll need 350 gold, 40 rune cloth, 6 arcanite bars, 10 Artha's tears, 5 Strathholm holy water, 20 enriched mana biscuit, 1 Azerothian diamond, and 1 pristine black diamond. Now, just to expand even a little more, because you might not know where all these items come from. So rune cloth, we know where that comes from. You'll just loot that. The arcanite bar, you need 6 of them. It's that can be done by an alchemist. And the Artha's tears, that's herbalism. Strathholm holy water. It says it in the title. You get it from the Strathholm dungeon. And the enriched mana biscuit, you can buy those just off a vendor. They are slightly cheaper when you're friendly with the Argent Dawn. If you have no status, it's 2 gold, almost 3 gold. The Azerothian diamond that I have difficulty saying every time. It's from mining. Sometimes when you're mining the thorium veins in the higher end areas like Winter Spring or Silithus, you'll get one of those diamonds with your mineral. So they're definitely worth a lot. And the pristine black diamond is dropped in Black Rock Spire. And it's off multiple mobs, so just run the place and, hope for the drop, I guess. And your quest would start in Stormwind at the Cathedral, and it's Lord Grayson Shadowbreaker. Once again, Dire Maul isn't opened up, so you may not even see this quest until Phase 2 rolls around. But all the items that you would need for the quest, they're available in the game right now. Now for the Warlock, if you're looking to get your Dread Steed, which would be your epic mount at 60. Once again, gotta wait for Dire Maul to come out. You will need 400 gold, Although if someone helps you, if another Warlock is helping you with the quest, you can get away with the 150. Okay. The items that you will need is 2 Elixir of Shadow Power, 6 large Brilliant Shards, 25 Dark Iron Ore, 3 Black Dragon Scale, 1 Arcanite Bar, and 1 Shadowy Potion. The Shadowy Potion is part of a quest, so that one will guide you. You will also need Jeeves' Jar, which is 150 gold. Black Lodestone is 50 gold. And the Exorothian Glyph is another 50 gold. Okay, so just as I did with the Paladin one, I'll let you guys know where you can obtain all your items for the Warlock quest. Okay, so the Elixir of Shadow Powers, you need 2. These are from an alchemist. If you are a herb gatherer, they do take ghost mushrooms, so keep them so you can hand them to the alchemist. The large brilliant shards are enchanting. The dark iron ore is from Blackrock. If you're currently raiding Molten Core, you can also get it from there as well. However, you might really be fighting for it in a 40-man raid team. The Black Dragon Scale is from a Skinner. Arcanite Bar is an alchemist. And the remaining items, which is Shadowy Potion, Jeeves' Jar, Black Lodestone, and the Glyph, those are all from quests. So you'll start up the quests and then you'll gain access to them and you just purchase them. The Shadowy Potion is 6 gold, Jeeves is 150, Lodestone 50, Glyph 50. So, yeah, that is basically why you need to kind of walk in with 400 gold. To be more precise, 406, 156 if you are doing this with another lock. And the reason it's cheaper with another one is because these items are used to summon, so you could kind of go like halfers. I'm not totally sure if the last 4 are available in the game right now, just because they may require Dire Maul, but all the beginning ones there you'd be able to get right now. So that's just a little additional info for you, just in case you want to get a head start on those quests, so that you have most of the items by the time it releases. And I will also be doing a video on how to get these mounts as well, for anyone that maybe is going to go a little more casually. Because if you are maining a Paladin and a Lock, you'll have your mount before I do a video, because I main a Druid. So yeah. Okay, so we slightly sidetracked to, just mention some stuff regarding the Paladin and Warlock mount. Now let's just get back to what we were talking about before, which is the rest of other things that are going to be coming out in Phase 2. Warrior and Paladins start a quest line there for the Kelserar. It's a one-hand sword, pretty good. On hit, it grants the wielder 13 defense and 300 armor for 10 seconds. There will also be the honor system and the PvP rank rewards, which I imagine is what most people are looking forward to in Phase 2. And it was rumored, but never 100% confirmed, that the keyring would come in Phase 2. I think they probably will, 99.9% chance, but they just haven't come right out and confirmed it. They just said that it might be. So I'm pretty sure it will be, though. And just getting back to the PvP portion of this for a sec, I am going to put a link in the description of this video. It'll give you a guide on your class, which way you kind of want to go, what you want to go after, and a little more info regarding the PvP schedule of things. So definitely check that out. It'll be a link to all the classes. And just to limit maybe any confusion with the honor system and the PvP rewards, that is world PvP. There will not be battlegrounds until phase 3, which I also imagine we'll hear more on at BlizzCon. So, yeah. Okay, and that concludes all I have for you guys for this week's WoW Weekly. Pretty slim on the news, but we got a little bit there for you. I am not going to really have any serious goals for Classic. Once again, just like last week, it's just going to be to level the Druid. Main reason for this is that it's Dark Moon Week, and I've been meaning to get a couple of those characters that are literally like 1 or 2 levels away from max leveled over there. So it'll probably be another week of more retail than Classic. And yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. Hope you're enjoying whichever version you are playing, whether it's retail or classic or both. And we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.